Hey, what's going on, DDO players? Axel here. Today we're going to go over some of the information that has dropped for DDO's upcoming expansion, which is now called Masterminds of Sharn. The developers over at DDO, they put up a separate webpage on DDO.com's webpage, which is ddo.com/masterminds of Sharn, and it looks like they're going to use this section of their website to just drop different information for the expansion. They put some of it on the site now, and I'm assuming as time goes on they'll put more and more information on the various details of the expansion. We don't have details as far as quest goes yet, but we did get a lot of information as far as races and some other goodies, enhancement trees and things. And we did get actually a first look at what Tieflings look like. And we're going to go into the preview server, and I'm just going to show you on the character creation screen what they look like right now. But let's start with the web page right now. So on the webpage, there's a few things. We've just got some screenshots. There's a very short trailer video, which is all of 6 seconds long. You can watch that if you want. I'll link it in the description below. It doesn't show much, just shows a couple of shots of the Sharn towers. That's about it. And they give some information about what we're going to see as far as purchasing the expansion. The first teaser here says, "Welcome Tieflings. Purchase Masterminds of Sharn this March to receive instant access to the new Tiefling race." So first of all, that tells us that the expansion is coming in March. I figured it would, but nice to know that it's coming sometime in March, and the Tiefling race will be tied to that. So you'll have to buy the expansion to play Tiefling. It's not going to be offered. I would assume from this wording, it's not going to be offered in the store immediately. Anything like that, you will have to buy the expansion. The expansion upgrades, they go into some of the details about how that's going to work. Ravenloft, if you all remember, the last expansion, Ravenloft, was tiered into 3 different purchase options for the expansion, each one being more expensive and getting some nicer things. It looks like the Sharn expansion is going to work very similarly. It's going to have probably the same design as far as incentives to buy the higher tiers, which is probably going to be mostly cosmetics, and it looks like they are going to tie, I don't know this for sure, I'm just guessing based on what I'm seeing, is that they're probably going to tie the iconic Tiefling race that's coming to one of the, probably the second or third tier purchasing option, I would guess. Because they did do that in Ravenloft. I can't remember what race it was. I'm drawing a blank, but they'll probably, I would assume they'll do that to try to incentivize you to purchase a higher tier. And then they go into the description here and they say there are also going to be Sharn themed cosmetics. So I think it's very safe to assume that just like Ravenloft, there's going to be exclusive cosmetics in the second and third tiers of the expansion. Again, I don't know that for sure. I don't know any of this for sure except what's on the website. I'm just guessing based on the history of what they did the last expansion, basically. And they did say check back for more details soon. So like I said, they'll probably continue to update this. So now let's go ahead and talk about some of the other information that dropped, which was specific information on some of the different Tiefling races. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about Tiefling. And they did in the forums post specifics on the entire racial enhancement trees for the Tiefling iconic, and the new universal enhancement tree Scoundrel. I will put a link to those in the description if you want to go and look at all the nitty-gritty details. I'm not going to go through all of it because it would mostly just be me reading to you, but I will go over what I think are the highlights. So Tiefling, the base race that you can start with at level 1, not the iconic. It's just like in pen and paper. It's going to be a charisma focused race. So it's going to be a race that's going to be +2 to charisma. So it's going to be probably a nice option for sorcerers, and it is a casting focused race. The tree, I looked through it a bit. It's very fire themed as you would expect. So a lot of bonuses for fire damage and such. And there is one notable enhancement, I think, which is probably the biggest, probably the most notable enhancement in the tree, which is called Obscuring Darkness. And from the name, I'm assuming the enhancement is going to work similarly to Obscuring Mist, the spell that's already in the game. And what this is going to do is, according to the description, is you're going to basically cast it and probably get a graphic similar to Obscuring Mist. And while you're in that mist, well, actually it's dark, called obscuring darkness. So while you're in the darkness, you're going to have different bonuses to your tiefling character, and the different bonuses that you get, you can upgrade them on each tier of the tree. So there's an upgrade on tiers 2, 3, and 4 of the tree. If you want to look at all the details, again, links in the description. I'm not going to go over the specifics, but that's probably the kind of the most important, not, I don't know, most important, but probably the most thematic enhancement of the tree. So next is the Tiefling Iconic, which is called Scoundrel. It starts as a bard, so it's going to have the force first level as a bard, and it does start at level 15, just like all iconics. It's going to start in the in Wayloon in the Forgotten Realms, so it's not going to start in Eberron or anything. The major difference I saw between this tree and in the base race is the Iconic is, of course, it's a bard. It focuses on sonic and fire damage. It's more of a tree that's more of a mix between melee and casting, whereas the Tiefling base racial tree is more of just a straight caster tree. It also, because it is a bard themed iconic, there is also some bard abilities in the tree as well. They're obscuring dark. They also have obscuring darkness, just like the base Tiefling, but instead, the tier 4 is a bit different. It looks like the tier 2 and 3 for the obscuring darkness upgrade is the same, but for tier 4 it looks like it's a little bit different. Basically, it seems like the Scoundrel Iconic has a little bit more of a defensive tier 4, whereas the base Tiefling looks like it has a little bit more of an offensive tier 4 upgrade for obscuring darkness. So that's cool. That's interesting. Now let's move on to the Inquisitive Universal Enhancement Tree. So yes, they are introducing another Universal Enhancement Tree. It seems like they really like this, probably because it's something else we can buy. You know, they got to make money. It's cool that they're doing this for character customization, but I'm like, at this point, I'm like, gosh, guys, another Universal Enhancement Tree. It seems like we're kind of diluting class, but whatever. I'm not gonna rant about it. It does look cool. It does look like it's basically it looks like a mechanic variant. So it's kind of a rogue focused tree, except with one very notable difference. It is introducing a new combat style, which is dual crossbow combat, which is really interesting. So the way it's going to work, according to the description and things on the forums I've read, is basically there's not going to be a new weapon type or anything. They're not going to introduce like tiny crossbows or anything, but if you just equip it will work on the basis of a regular non-repeating crossbow. So if you equip a non-repeating crossbow, somehow it's going to work in that your character will be dual wielding it somehow while just having one equipped, and it's going to break it into 2 little crossbows. So I don't know exactly how it's going to work. Again, all the information's there if you want to read through it on the forums and read through the thread. The developers have been in there answering questions, but it looks like an interesting mechanic variant. So that's cool. It's going to provide some variety, you know, to what we have already in the game. So whatever, interesting. Let's move on now to what the Tieflings look like on Lamania. All right, so here's what Tieflings look like, and I'll flip through the various appearances here, and after we're done looking through some of the appearances for this Tiefling, this is the base Tiefling, we'll look at the Iconic and see if it's any different. So variety of hairstyles, the horns, yeah, from what I've seen, the horns, there's also all kinds of different varieties of horns, so you can get whichever ones you like. Some big ones, some small ones. I like those that kind of curl out. So there is a lot of customization here. Looks like there's 41 different varieties of horns, so that's really cool. Let's see, tail. There's even customization for the tail, which is awesome. It looks like there's 24 different tails. Looks like spikes are at different locations on some of them, or spears, whatever you want to call them. Some of them have rings, it looks like. It's very cool. And these should work with cosmetics. It's what I believe. That's what they've said from what I've read. I'm not too sure about what they're doing with the helmet situation. I think they talked about that today, but I don't remember exactly what they said. But yeah, very cool. Let's see. Eye color. Yellow to red to black. Skin color. So you can make it very red or more pale. Oh my gosh, it's like fire hot red, fire engine red, or black. or somewhere in the middle. So that's cool. And lip color. Oh, that's I don't remember that being an option on other races actually. So you can have some really bright colors for lips. That's pretty awesome. Let's go back and just look at what the males look like. Okay, so here's the male version, and it looks, you know, fairly similar, except with a human. You know, obviously they started with a human body type when they made this, but I wonder if there's any facial hair options. Yeah, there are facial hair options for the males, so that's interesting. Let's see if they've got any cool. Okay, so they've got some similar facial hair types as to what humans have, but also some variants with the kind of spikes on the side of the head there, or cheeks. I would assume they have the same, yeah, they got the same horns as the females. Jewelry, all that looks like probably the same tail cosmetics. So yeah, not too much new with the males, except that it looks like they've got some different facial hair options, and they do not have lip options like the females do. So that's worth noting. So let's look at the iconics now and see if they're any different. Okay, so here is the iconic version. So we'll start with the male first this time. Looks, I don't see much different. I mean, they start with this kind of cool bard-like outfit, it seems. Hair color, all that seems pretty similar. Eye color, yeah, I don't see any major differences. Unless I'm missing something, you all tell me. Facial hair options look the same for the males. Horns, I would assume, are the same. Yeah, they look the same. So yeah, I don't see any big visual differences. Maybe there's a face shape feature I'm missing. I haven't gone through all the nose, and I'm not gonna go through all the noses and eyes. Maybe there's something minor, but where's the tail at? Yeah, the tails look the same. So yeah, looks like the iconics look the same. Let's go to the female now and just see if that one's any different. Okay, so let's look at the females now. They look the same. Just looking at it, they have this lip color option. Looks like the same skin color, same tails. It looks like, yeah, also has the same options. They had 24 options for tail. Let's see, horns, 41 and 41. So it looks similar. I don't really see too many differences. Again, someone tell me. This is the first time I've looked at it, so if there is something different I'm not seeing, please tell me. Maybe there's something minor with the face or the eyes or something. But yeah, so that's what they look like, guys. That's about all the information we have right now for the expansion. When we get more information, I'll probably do more videos on this when we get some more things to talk about. But yeah, guys, so yeah, that's it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. Again, all the stuff I referenced is down below in the description, forum threads and things if you want to read more. But yeah, that's it, you all. Hope you all enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Take care.